Hi kids, so let us continue with our discussion. So this would be the second part of our video lecture about non-parametric statistics, and we will just be covering last two na topics for non-parametric, and that would be your correlations and your chi-square test. So let us start with your correlations. Now, what is this correlations all about? Correlations is actually represented by the small letter r, and it is used to measure the strength of association between two variables and ranges between -1. If -1 po yung result, then that would be a perfect negative correlation to 1 or +1, which is a perfect positive correlation. Now, uh, in terms of the parametric equivalent of your correlations, or in terms of the parametric test, I guess you already have an idea as to what is correlations is or is all about. So kaya here in our video lecture, a short summary na lang, but always take note that since we are talking about checking the measure of the strength of association, though, in terms of making a decision and giving a conclusion, syempre naagihapon ng moingon ta og reject and accept or reject or do not reject the null hypothesis. But another thing that you need to consider when giving your conclusion, if you are using or if our research or our data set is all about looking for correlations, then consider this table. The value of your R represents the degree or strength of association wherein naatay no relationship, negligible, low relationship, moderate high, very high, and the perfect relationship as mentioned a while ago. This part. So bale, you only need to add if it is a perfect positive relationship or if it is a perfect negative relationship. So for example, yung value ng R po natin is 0.40. Then you will say negative 0.40. Then you will say it has a low negative relationship or low negative correlation. So of course, you need to remember this one. This is very important, again, especially when you give your conclusions in terms of data sets or research problems when you are trying to look for association or certain relationships. So for the non-parametric test, that would be your Spearman rank correlation coefficient. So what is the Spearman rank correlation coefficient? Now, Spearman rank is sometimes called as your Spearman rho, and it is the non-parametric equivalent to your Pearson R or your Pearson coefficient. Now, your Spearman rho is used to investigate whether two variables are related by analyzing the ranks of your matched pair data. And it measures, as mentioned, it measures the strength of association. And this is how your null and your alternative hypothesis will look like if we are talking about Spearman rank correlation coefficient. So for the null hypothesis, there will be no rank correlation existing between the two variables, wherein for your alternative hypothesis, a rank correlation exists between the two variables. So, let us take for example this one. I hope klaro siya. Now, this is all about trying to look at the relationship between height of a tall tree and their diameters. So, as you can see here, naka-input na po yung data. Ito po yung different diameter and different height. So, what will we do now is, of course, using your megastat, just look at number 2. So, doon pa rin po tayo sa non-parametric test. Then, may makikita po kayo doon na Spearman coefficient of rank correlation. Then, you click that one. So, ito po yun. Ito, non-parametric test. And ito po yung Spearman rank, Spearman rho. So, once you click that one, the next thing that will appear is the input range, and then correct for ties and output rank data. I think wala na ako na-emphasize what is this output rank data is all about. Kay even in the previous or the katong previous na-mention nato na mga non-parametric test, wala kay nako siya na put og emphasis kay actually even in the book dili kay nila gina-mention na i-check ni si output rank data, but when you check this output rank data, dara na itong ma-appreciate na naday ranking yun na ginabuhat and automatic ang ranking si Excel na, si Megastat na ang maghatag sa atwa. And in terms of what will be input here or what will be placed here in the input range, just highlight lang po, ito lang pong dalawang numbers. So once you highlighted your data, just press OK and ganito po yung mag-appear. So as you can see here, dito po sa bottom na part, you are or you can already see the rank na basig matingala mo na ma'am. Different man lagi ang numbers ngano diri kay murag 1 to 10 na lang. Unsa di kaganina dili man. Now, actually, dili na niya ginapakita ang numbers, automatic placement of ranks na lang ni siya. So as you can see here, 'di ba, sa diameter na portion, ang naka-rank 1 is nasa second to the last, which is this one. And if you try to look at your data, or kanay sa diameter ninyo na numbers, siya actually ang smallest ninyo since in terms of ranking from the smallest to the highest number mo na siya, ascending. So mo na 'di ba, ang number 10 ninyo na rank dire is this one since siya ang largest na number. So mao lang na siya inyuhang bantayan. So, and kanina siya, kung dili ninyo i-check ang katong output rank data, then wala po ni, di po ninyo siya ma-appear. But of course, for us to know whether to reject or not reject, and in order for us to understand the relationship between the diameter and the height of tall trees, dito po tayo mag-focus. So, as you can see, meron po tayong table and then andito po yung sample size and then your critical value. Tapos sigmangutan na mo ma'am, wala man lagi p-value. The p-value is actually here inside the box. And ang important na part na atong tan-awon diri is this one, kaning ako ang gibox o color red. Now, unsa day ning uban na as you can see, di ba, 1, 1, na siya, which means na a perfect relationship. Now, of course, disregard that one since ang kanina box is referring to diameter versus diameter and this one is height versus height. And 'di ba, sa ato biyang sa ato biyang problem, we are actually looking for the relationship between diameter and height, not to diameter and diameter or height height. So that is why diri ta magtan-aw and your p-value is 0.115. So, going back sa ato ang table as to what this number, what this R would represent, 0.115 would fall here diri na part. So meaning, kung sa hypothesis pa in terms of making a decision, since 0.115 is greater than 0.05, then we will not reject our null hypothesis. But in terms of the relationship, there is a negligible na relationship between the negligible positive relationship between the height and the diameter of tall trees. So again, if it is a Spearman-Rao correlation, dito po tayo titingin sa 2x2 table niyo po. Okay? So, your non-parametric test is already summarized here with the different examples, unsa ang first and ang second variable ninyo all about, and then what is the appropriate test for such variables. So, nakasummarize na siya dira, then you pakibasa na lang po and familiarize. So, we'll proceed with the next and the last portion of our discussion, which is your chi-square test. So, what is this chi-square test? Sorry, chi-square test all about? Now, before that, there are actually different types of chi-square test. And I think na ay gamay na introduce po ani sa inyo ha sa parametric test because chi-square could be parametric or non-parametric, but mostly non-parametric, especially if what we are trying to look for or to solve are the following. So you have chi-square test for goodness fit, test for normality, test using your contingency tables, which is natay two pod na types pa under that, which is your test for this one, test for independence, and test for homogeneity of your proportions. So let us start with your test for goodness fit. So what is this test for goodness fit all about? Actually, dali lang ma-differentiate ang katong different types of chi-square ninyo. You only need to understand what is being asked. Kung sa to ang ginatry niya og pangita, then dayon mo clue kung unsa inyohang kailangan gamiton. So if you are asked as to what type of test is or what if you are asked, if you are given a problem, and then ang gina-ask is unsa na specific test ang inyong statistical test or tool ang inyong gamiton, pag chi-square gani na siya, you really need to emphasize what type of chi-square it is. So, use the goodness of fit test to decide whether a population with an unknown distribution fits fits a known distribution. So use when you have one nominal variable with two or more values, and the test for goodness of fit assumes that the data are obtained from a random sample and that your expected frequency for each category must be 5 or more. Kumbaga kids, here in your chi-square test, grabe ka-important ang kaning ginatawag nato na observed frequency and expected frequency. Murag ang ginamin lang ana na unsa tong actual ninyo na data and unsa to ang murag population data or hypothesized ninyo na data. So murag i-versus nato na sila. Now, unsa ning balik ta diri, unsa ning used when you have a nominal variable with two or more values. Na kumbaga, if you are asked for a certain category, like for example, actually mo ni ang atong example later, flavor, and then daghan ka og values under kay di ba? Daghan biya og kanang pwede i-categorize ana na certain variable like unsa na flavor, chocolate, strawberry, vanilla. So kana na siya ang ginamin diri sa inyong test for goodness fit. So in terms of the null and alternative hypothesis, this is how we phrase your hypothesis when you are using test for goodness fit. The population fits the given distribution or the population does not fit the given distribution. So for you to understand pa, so kindly take a look at this example. So mo dito siya kung ginamin ka ganina na ani ang usual presentation sa kung gusto ta or para makagamit ta or para makaingon ta na dapat si test for goodness fit ang atong gamiton. So for example, uh, naa kay 5 flavors na gusto i-check. Oh, 5, kunwari, ice cream na lang, soda na lang ni siya. Oh. Kunwari na ay bagong soda na flavor na gusto nimo tan-awon, si cherry, strawberry, orange, lime, and grapes. And then you try to observe 100 people kung unsa ilahang preference. Diba? Pila to ang nipalit sa cherry, sa strawberry, sa orange, lime, and grape. So, kaning 30 to 28, 16, 14, 18, this part na inyo makita, this is actually your observed frequency. Now, this expected frequency, mo na siya inyuhang gi-approximate or gi-hypothesize na at least na ay 20 kataod na muselect gyud ani na flavor out of the 100 na inyuhang gigather. Kaya ang total number of tao man na diri na inyuhang gikuanog data is 100. So that is now my expected frequency na at least na ay 20 katao na mukuha or preferred ni siya na certain flavor. So, our question would be, are these differences significant or is there a preference existing or are they just due to chance? So our null hypothesis for this one would be consumers show no preference for flavors of the fruit soda. And the alternative hypothesis would be consumers show a preference. So, let us now use our Excel. So, ganito po yung pagka-input ko ng data. Again, pwede na siya na pa-straight inyong pagkabutang or pwede siya pababa, walay problema. What matters here is how you placed or input your data here in your Megastat. So, what matters here is number 3 na portion as to unsa ang dapat ninyo i-click or asa ninyo makita si chi-square of goodness fit. So, upon clicking your Megastat, wala na siya sa non-parametric test, na siya sa different, kani, mo na ni inyong chi-square. And then, amoy makitaan din na tulo. So, as you can see, there is a goodness of fit test. Upon clicking that one, namoy makita diri, and as you can see, na I observe and expected. So, of course, kani siya ang i-input diri sa inyuhang observe, kani sa isa expected, kay diri po na siya sa inyuhang expected data i-input. Ang kaning number of parameters, depende ni siya kung given, pero mostly, pwede man na ninyo siya i-leave blank. Wala di kay na siya kailangan. So, leave blank lang na siya, press OK, then you will have this output or result. So, as you can see here, naa siya mga gipang compute diri na regarding sa observed and expected percent of chi-square, but what is important here is your p-value. And your p-value here is 0.0012, meaning it is less than your 0.05. So meaning, i-reject ang inyuhang null hypothesis. So meaning na ay, sa ganito ato ang null hypothesis, this one, consumers really showed preferences in terms of the flavor of your soda. Okay? Now we proceed with the test of normality. So gamay disclaimer lang pud kids, test of normality is optional and it is actually rarely being used. That is why in terms of the Megastat, wala tayo actually test of normality na pwede i-proceed. So medyo manual input of ano ni siya, formula sa atuang Excel. So, ipakita lang po na ako siya sa inyo ha. So, test of normality is used to test a variable to see if it is normally distributed. Kana lang yun ang atuang tanawon diri actually, the factor that we are trying to check here if it is normally distributed. So, that is why in your null and alternative hypothesis, so ani lang the variable is normally distributed or it is not normally distributed. So it involves the finding of the expected frequency for each class of a frequency distribution by using the standard normal distribution. Pinaka-importante kaayo ni siya na gamiton nato labi na later when we try to input your data and try to check for the p-value of your problem set na magtesta for normality, kaning standard normal distribution. So actual frequencies are compared to the expected frequencies using your chi-square goodness of fit. But ang ako ang i-present sa inyo ha is katong medyo semi-manual na part. Kay ang given na example manggod sa inyo hang book na si Blueman, medyo complicated siya na dili ninyo dayon magamit inyuhang chi-square na dapat i-show sa mangguna ko sa inyuha unsaon unsaon pagkuha sa observed and sa expected frequency. But then again, once nakuha na ninyong observed and ang expected, kana lang gihapon ang ato ang gamiton. Pero going back sa akong giunha, walay walay test of normality gyud na as is sa inyuhang Megastat. So muna na kailangan ta mukuha ni observe ug ni expected frequency, then ang gamiton lang pud jud nato gihapon is kaning chi-square goodness of fit ninyo. So if the observed frequency are close in value to the expected frequency, your chi-square test value will be small and your null hypothesis cannot be rejected. So if there is a large difference between your observed and expected, then your chi-square test value will be larger and your null hypothesis can now be rejected. But then again, kanimang good siya, it's more on the manual na pag-compute. So ang atua still, we will look at the p-value. Now, your test of normality can only be used if your expected value for the number of sample observations for each level is greater than 5, if your data is randomly sampled, and the variable you are studying is categorical. And as you can see, there are actually alternatives to your chi-square test for normality. Kay balik ko na ako, 'di ba? Wala lagi mismo sa inyong megastat na test of normality. And ang test of normality ninyo grabe kung katong mag chi-square of goodness of fit dili ing ana ka grabe ang strength sa result na mahatag sa atoa. So these are other alternatives. Pero syempre dili na nako siya ma-introduce isa-isa sa inyo ha, kay even si Megastat wala pud ani tanan. But at least good to know lang pod na kung ani man ang inyuhang gusto na mahibal-an if normally distributed ang inyuhang data, then use the following. So we have Kolmogorov-Smirnov, Lilliefors, Shapiro-Wilk, Anderson-Darling, Kramer-Vaughan, De Agostino-Pearson, Omnibus, and your Jarquibera. Separate ni siya kids ha. Wala lang din ako ninatarong og ano og edit. Between all of this alternatives, syempre iba-iba din po yung strength and weaknesses nila. But between all of this, ang naay best power good for any given significance is actually this one. Your Shapiro-Wilk, module daw ni siya ang isa sa best na pwede gamiton for testing normality. So, now let us proceed with our example. Use chi-square to determine if the variable shown in the frequency distribution is normally distributed. Kani ang problem kids sa gibuhat or sa nakabutang manggod sa kay Bluman sa atong reference book, wala ta niya gihatagan og raw na data. Boundaries na dayon na yang gihatag naka-range. Automatic na gitagaan na punta niya og frequency. So unsa atong buhaton ani? So let's proceed with this. So same null null and alternative if the variable is normally distributed or not. Ang pinakakailangan ninyo tandaan if is this one as to how the steps are done. First, you really need to find the mean and standard deviation. And then after you find the area under the standard normal distribution using your z value, and then find the expected frequency for each class by multiplying the area by 200. Ngano 200? Since ang total number of frequency manggod nato or kumbaga ang total number of gathered data nato is 200 man. So, ayaw mo ka confuse dili constant si 200, depende na siya sa inyuhang total number of data or total number of data or sample ninyo. Sample day rather, sorry, wrong term. Total number of sample. So, to compute for the mean and standard deviation, we need to do this one. XM is your middle class. Then multiply XM with frequency and then squared ninyo sa XM and frequency. Then andito na po yung computation natin kay mean and kay standard deviation. So given na mong siya daan sa book kids, so muna na diretso na lang punta with this one. As shown in Bluman, this is how you perform your test of normality na rather than using goodness of fit, natay ginatawag na function sa inyuhang Excel na si chi-test. So, again, pinaka-importante na kailangan ninyong buhaton is to get observed and the observed and your expected. And then, after getting that one, use your chi-test na function. So, giunsa na ako ni siya pag-input sa inyuhang Excel. So, kanina part, from here, boundaries until here, mao na to siya ang kaganina na gipresent, na given na daan sa book. Pinaka-importante kids ang kaning gi-highlight nako og red sa box. So, diri na to na siya tan-awon. Your z-score, your area, and your expected frequency. Now, z-score, in order to get the z-score, mo ni siya ang atuang function na kailangan. Insert function, then look for standardize. Now, ang kailangan ninyo para makompute ning standardized ninyo na value is your inyuhang value or number, then your mean, and then your standard deviation. Once you get that one, mo na dahil ni siya inyuhang makita na computation. Next, for the area, diri na to ninyo ma-appreciate na katong gimension na kailangan natay standard na normal distribution. But if i-input na ninyo sa functions ni Excel, ang mugawa sana kay kanang norm dot s dot distribution. And then, place ninyo ang value, and then true lang dapat na iyahang katapad. Kay kaning true, actually sa in terms na siya of kung required ba na cumulative. So mao na siya ang gi-present na dapat naka-true siya. Now, sa makita ninyo giduha nako ni duha ka area, actually dapat isa lang ni. But remember that what we placed in our data is naka-range na. So meaning, ang gibuhat nako diri sa second to get the range, i-minus ni to the previous ninyo sa previous ninyo na naunsa man ni i-minus ning inyong kaning next na number to the previous number sa inyong area. Kay kung sa man tong larger na number i-minus dara sa pikas kay mura magug-ingani ang ginamin-an niya balik ta. Take note na naamoy boundary diri na 89.5 to 104.5 and then ang next 104.5 to 119.5. Baot ta kailangan mag-minus is to get the area para sa ani between 104.5 which is the first one, 104.5 and then 119.5 bani isa. So we want to get the area between 104.5 to 119.5 and that is why we need to subtract your 0.4094 to 0.1135 to get the area of that range. So muna na ang kailangan nato ani is this one. So focus ta ani. So once you get the area, all you have to do is to multiply the area multiply the area times your total sample or frequency, which is sa atuang example that is 200. Then you will get this value. Now, dito sa z-score kids, kung nag-manual ta ana, I hope familiar paghihapon mo ani na table. Kung nag-manual manggud ta ana, diri ta actually magmano-mano ang nagtanaw sa inyohang z-score na kung ang para makabaluta sa area kung unsa ang area once computed si z-score kanaday na sorry kindly correct ha once ma-compute na nato si z-score kay naman jud ni formula in computing si z-score to get the area we need this table. Ang difference lang kung nag-Excel mo ug sa kanang nag-manual computation gyud mo, diri man gud sa inyuhang table dapat up to 2 decimal places lang. So mo ni siya ang sa first ninyo na decimal place kanina part, mo ni siya ang sa inyuhang second digit sa inyuhang or second na decimal place. So for example, si 0.6 kani 0.6518 na siya. So kunwari 0.65. So tanawon ninyo diri asa si 0.6 asa ang ika-5. So, dara. So, ang ato ang value ana is 0.7422. Now, kung mangutana mo na ma'am, mali man lagi ni siya, dili na siya actually mali since Excel is considering a lot of decimal places pa. So, mo na siya na kung Excel ta, consider 4 decimal places, but if we are manually computing, then we need really to follow this one. Wala man tay laing means to compute for the area or to know the area but through this table. So after getting the expected frequency, diri ta tan-aw na part unta maklaro siya. Now basig matingala mo na ma'am, di ba naman to is 6? Di ba 6 man ni 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 ka boundaries. Ano nahimo na ni siyang 5? As mentioned by other reference books, if naamoy, what you call this one? If naamoy expected frequency na mm, na less than tama ba? If naamoy Wait, let me uh, if naamoy with regards to area, na less than 20. Sige lang, ako lang po nang i-double check kids ha. Na less than 20, then you need to combine na lang to get a bigger, bigger na expected frequency just like what they did here. Less than, sila, ako lang na siyang i-post sa Kwan Kids ha, as note uh, sa baba sa ani na video lecture. So, kandi check lang pa sa again, if na ay certain na value o na sa inyuhang expected frequency na o less than, basta less than a certain number, then pwede gyud ninyo siya i-combine para makuha gihapon ninyo or ma-appeal gihapon ninyo siya sa pag-compute sa inyuhang test of normality. Naman na siya ingana na ruling. So, how to get the p-value? Again, insert function ta and search for chi-test. And then, the same thing will happen na naipakita sa inyuha na observed, asa mo mag-input sa inyuhang observed frequency ug asa mo mag-input sa inyong expected frequency. And then after such, kanina dayon ang mugawa. So our p-value is 0.14. So that is greater than 0.05, and meaning we will not reject our null hypothesis. Okay, so I hope nasabtan to siya. Again, balikan lang na ako, ako lang na siyang i-post kung unsa tong exact na value. Kay wala po din nakabutang diri sa akong note. Sorry kids, medyo nakalimot ko. Pasensya. So proceed ta with the test using contingency tables. So again, there are two tests that can use contingency table, and that is your test for independence and test for homogeneity of proportions. So when we say test for independence, it is used to determine whether two variables are independent of or related to each other when a single sample is selected. Whereas for homogeneity of proportions, from the word itself homogeneous, so it is used to determine whether the proportions for a variable are equal when several samples are selected from different populations. So assumptions for your chi-square test using contingency table, data are obtained from a random sample and the expected value in each cell must be 5 or more. So let us start with the test for independence. Now, an example here is with regards to hospital and infection. So let me just read the problem. A researcher wishes to see if there is a relationship between the hospital and the number of patient infections. Now, a sample of 3 hospitals was selected and the number of infections for a specific year has been reported, and the data are shown next. So at a level of significance 0.05, can it be concluded that the number of infections is related to the hospital where they occurred? Now, this will be our null hypothesis. The number of infections is independent of the hospital. Now, kindly take note po sa question. We are not actually referring or asking if unsa ang preferred, asa ang preferred na hospital or naadjud by kanang grabe na difference. We are just wondering kung naalang by difference in terms of opinion lang yun between the two groups. Okay? And actually, ma-differentiate man po ninyong test for independence sa inyuhang man-Whitney. Kay, diri ang ginaas lang yun if the opinion or like for example here sa atong problem na the number of infection is independent lang yun sa hospital. Kay kung dito magunta mag-base sa inyuhang Manu-Whitney or Wilcoxon rank sum, we are really trying to look at the difference gyud kung naabag yung difference kani kay kung difference in terms of opinion lang. So mo na ang question na inyuhang pwede tan-awon diri kay kani related ba, independent ba, naabay or dependent ba. So kana. So I hope you get that one. So this is how I placed my data in the Excel, and then this is how you do your uh, or you input your data using your Megastat. So just click Megastat, then look for the chi-square slash crosstab, and then we will be using now the contingency table. Bakit po siya contingency table? As mentioned in the reference book, as mentioned by Bluman, kasi daw, it can actually be placed like a table. Kaya siya 'di ba? The same with how if you could still remember our different examples about using a 2 by 2 contingency table. So murag ingana lang pud sa inyuhang test for independence and test for homogeneity. So upon clicking that one, all you have to do is to highlight your data excluding kung unsa to ang inyuhang independent variable and excluding the total. As you can see here below, there are a lot of options that you can use. But since we are just using your chi-square, then just tick or check your chi-square. That is all you need to do. Then just press OK. Then ganito po yung output na makikita nyo. So automatically, Excel or your Excel will place its own table with the total and with your katong inyuhang different hospitals. So again, all you need to look is the p-value. And as you can see here, the p-value naka-exponential pa gani na siya of -0.6 or -6. So meaning it is less than 0.05. So reject your null hypothesis. So that is the decision, but if you are asked to give a conclusion, then you need to place a sentence form of that. So for the last portion of our chi-square, this is all about your test for homogeneity of proportions. So samples are selected from several different populations, and the researcher is interested in determining whether the proportions of elements that have a common characteristic are the same for each population. Again, let us go back to the name of our test. Diba? Test for homogeneity, from the word homogeneous. When we say homogeneous, meaning same in structure or composition. So this test actually gets its name from the null hypothesis, which I will present later, na ang claim lang yun nato ani where we claim that the distribution of the responses are the same across all groups. So ingana na siya. So, let us take for example, a researcher may select a sample of 50 ka freshmen, 50 ka sophomore, 50 ka junior, or 50 ka seniors, and then find the proportion of students who are smokers in each level. The researcher will then compare the proportions for each group to see if they are equal. So how will we place now our null and alternative hypothesis, or how will it look like? So ganito po siya. Again, we are just trying to check if equal ang proportion all throughout sa inyuhang groups. And if it is not, so basically, ang inyuhang alternative hypothesis ani is there is at least one proportion that is different from the others. As simple as that lang po sa inyuhang test for homogeneity. So, our example for this one is with regards to money and happiness. A psychologist selected 100 people from each of 4 income groups and asked them if they were very happy. The percent for each group who responded yes and the number from the survey are shown in the table. So, at level of significance 0.05, test the claim that there is no difference in the proportion. O, diba? Makuha ninyo dayon unsa ang klase na test depende sa kung unsa ang gina-ask sa inyuhang problem. And as you can see here in this problem, what is being asked if there is just no difference in terms of the proportion. So, your null and your alternative as presented here. Then let us try to check Excel. So this is how I placed my data. This one. And then actually with the test for homogeneity, it's just the same with the test for independence. Use your contingency table. And even on how you are going to input this one, highlight lang gihapon ni ang inyong data lang, kanina data, excluding the total and kung unsa to ang inyuhang category. And then after inputting that one, ingani na dayon ang gawas. So as you can see here, our p-value is 0.0027, which is less than 0.05. So meaning reject your null hypothesis, then that would mean na there is or at least one, di ba? Katong gimension na at least one diri sa atong population is different. Okay? So, to summarize your three chi-square distribution, it can be used as a goodness of fit test to determine whether the frequency of a distribution are the same as the hypothesized frequency. For the test of independence, it is used to determine whether two variables are related or are independent. And finally, for your homogeneity of proportions, it is used to determine if several proportions are equal when samples are selected from different population. So that actually ends our lecture and your bioepi. So if there are any questions, feel free to post sa ato ang content forum. Would really highly encourage everyone na dun po sa content forum mag-ask. And good luck. Good luck po sa exam since that will be by next week na. And bakasyon na gyud ta kids. So enjoy and I hope na nasabtan gyud ninyo siya na portion. So thank you kids.